Very good morning to everyone. Now we are going to start the last part of ITC, conceptual part, last part. Then we will try to do as much as important questions from the Bangar. Till now we have done section number 16. Yes, we have done. In that it was eligibility of ITC, it was restriction with respect to ITC, it was conditions with respect to ITC. So when you can take ITC, who is eligible for ITC, and what are the conditions under which you can claim the input tax credit. After that, there was section number 17. Section number 17 tells us when ITC is eligible, when you are using it for business purpose. But if it is used for business as well as non-business purpose, or used for taxable as well as non-taxable purpose, that is exempt nature ka purpose, then how to do the apportionment. In such a case also, we have also done rule number 42, rule number 43. Rule number 42 was about input ka ITC calculation. Rule number 43 was about capital goods ka ITC calculation and ITC calculation with respect to apportionment. Then we have done 17 subsection 5 also, that was a blocked credit. But my reading part about 17 subsection 5 was pending, so we will first do the reading part. Then again, ITC ka method for banking company is different. Either ITC with respect to bank could be calculated like this, that we have done right now, ki input ka is tarah se we will calculate ITC, capital goods ka as per rule number 43 we will calculate ITC. But if bank wants, ऑप्शन है बैंक के पास, सिर्फ ऑप्शन दिया है कि इफ बैंक वांट, तो बैंक 50% whatever total ITC available to bank, 50% will lapse and 50% they can utilize. Simply 50-50 का रेशियो चलता है. But once they have opted for this in a financial year, एक बार ये financial year में choose कर लिया, तो in that financial year they cannot change the option. But tell me one thing, when it comes to bank, जब हम बैंक की बात करते हैं, what do you think? Bank will prefer normal kind of method, or it would be more preferable for bank to have 50-50 percentage वाला method of ITC? This question I have already asked much earlier. कि what is preferable? Bank 50-50 पे जाना prefer करेगा या bank all this method, rule number 42, rule number 43, ये सारे method prefer करेगा? Tell me.
50%. Ma'am, 50-50 वाला.
Reason, with reason.
क्योंकि banks की already interest related service already exempt होती है, so they can never able to set off their ITC because उनके
almost क्या होता है, interest, deposit, that is mega exemption में covered है. If you are extending the advance, you are giving deposit, taking deposit, extending the loan, interest and discount on that is already mega exempted. And principal business of the bank is what? Principal business ही उसका तो loan extension है. Principal business is granting the loan, deposit, etc. In such a case क्या होगा? उस case में almost everything is exempt, and exempt nature के लिए ITC not allowed. So when it is exempt nature, no ITC is allowed. तो फिर तो ये तो दिक्कत हो जाएगी ना. So basically, most preferable instead of 50-50, they will be going to 50-50 instead of rule 42-43 का method. That was with respect to bank. अब have you seen? I have marked certain questions. देखे वो? There were certain questions that I have sent you. Bangar का May 22 का compiler PDF, उसमें I have marked certain star mark and certain homework वाले question. देखा कि नहीं अब तक?
Yes, ma'am, देखा.
जेना ने देखा. Why हिमाद्री? श्रीनी देखा या नहीं? तो अगर कुछ चीज सेंड करते तुमको टेलीग्राम पे, तो मेरे को एकदम से कोई ऐसा शॉक तो नहीं चढ़ा होगा कि चलो एक और बार बांगर में.
No, ma'am. Yesterday night I thought to do all that, but I went to my friend home. Too much of rain. I didn't came back only. I stayed there only. So
And what
early
about
morning I came.
I can't see rain. What about Ashwini? वहाँ तो रेन भी नहीं हो रहा, धूप निकल रही है. Talking to Ashwini also. What about Ashwini? Why you have not seen? वहाँ तो रेन नहीं है. देखो खिड़की के पीछे धूप दिख रही है. अमित
I have seen the questions were not solved.
नहीं, आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट सॉल्व तो कभी नहीं करते, अभी कैसे करते जब तक पूरा कोर्स खत्म नहीं होगा इसका कॉन्सेप्ट. We have done ISD के क्वेश्चन, we have done ISD का भी कॉन्सेप्ट आल्सो. ISD का कॉन्सेप्ट क्या था? इनपुट सर्विस डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर. Now input service distributor का भी concept है, and we have to first start with the questions of ISD वाला. Then we will cover अपना 17.5 का reading, and then we will cover our section number 18. उसके भी 2-3 questions are there, not more than 2-3 questions. So when it comes to ISD, input service distributor, as we know कि मैम ये होता क्या है concept. Let us first understand what is input service distributor. Suppose यहाँ पे दिस इज द मैगी का कंपनी, ठीक है. कौन सी कंपनी है? मैगी नूडल्स का कंपनी इट इज. नाउ मैगी नूडल्स का कंपनी इज हैविंग अ हेड ऑफिस, हो गए, एंड वेरियस ब्रांचेस, ठीक है. नाउ हेड ऑफिस इज पेइंग द अमाउंट. हेड ऑफिस इज व्हाट? पेइंग द अमाउंट फॉर ऑडिट ऑफ ऑल इट्स ब्रांचेस. नाउ सर्विस का यूटिलाइजेशन किसके पास जा रहा है? ब्रांच के पास. पेमेंट डन बाय हेड ऑफिस. Business purpose के लिए utilization is done by branch. Something that is purchased and that purchase is utilized by branches for business purpose. That is an input service that is being taken for the purpose of business. वो क्या है? Input service that is taken for the purpose of business. Now who will claim ITC? My head office is only and only with respect to कि किसको क्या जरूरत है, which what वो उतना ही देखता है. It is only checking that it is not at all supplying anything. When it is not at all supplying anything, तो output tax liability होगी क्या? Would it be output tax liability? No, head office will not be having any output tax liability because there is no supply also. So when there is no supply, there is no output tax liability. In such a case, how head office for the payment of that input service would claim ITC? Tell me. कॉन्सेप्ट समझ में आया कि हेड ऑफिस इज टेकिंग द सर्विसेज, पेइंग फॉर दैट, बट यूटिलाइजेशन बाय ब्रांच, एंड हेड ऑफिस इज नॉट डूइंग एनी इनपुट. हेड ऑफिस इज नॉट डूइंग एनी आउटवर्ड सप्लाई. तो जब आउटवर्ड सप्लाई नहीं है तो हाउ इट कुड क्लेम द ITC, हाउ इट कुड बी अवेलेबल टू इट? बिकॉज व्हेन इट कम्स टू द कंडीशन, इनवॉइस हेड ऑफिस के पास, इनवॉइस इज विद हेड ऑफिस. Then second, utilization, receipt of service with some other person. Then along with that, it is not having any outward supply. So how they will utilize their ITC? So input service distributor का concept come. They are exclusively there for the distribution of credit. Now for the distribution of credit, they have to take separate registration, and it was a compulsory registration under section number 24. Remember registration ka chapter. So it was a compulsory registration that if you want to distribute your input tax credit, then in such a case it is compulsory for you to get registered separately. Ma'am, wait. Suppose my head office doing output supply also. So even it is doing output supply, but utilization for business purpose is not done by head office. That was done by branches. In such a case also it cannot claim ITC on such a purchase of input service. So my head office is been already registered, but if we want to distribute credit, again a separate registration is needed apart from your normal registration. तब भी लगेगा, even they are registered, still it is needed that separate registration चाहिए, मतलब चाहिए, needed means needed. ठीक है. Second, ma'am got registered as an ISD, then you will distribute credit. Okay, credit distribution. Ma'am, किस basis पे credit distribution? On the basis of their turnover. Branch 1 का turnover is 10 crore, branch 2 का turnover is 1 crore, 3 का 3 crore. So are you getting in proportion to their turnover? You have to distribute. Ma'am, if last year का turnover not available, last quarter का turnover you can take. If last year का not available, latest quarter का turnover you would be able to take. तो उसको देख लो. Second, ma'am, I have credit. Now I came to know कि credit is blocked credit also, credit is eligible credit also. So I have a mixture of credit. So they have to distribute even blocked credit also in proportion of turnover, as well as eligible credit also in proportion of turnover. Ma'am, suppose extra credit distributed, they have to return that. Suppose less of the credit distributed, they will distribute it accordingly. So when it comes to ISD, so ISD may ITC distribution based on turnover of individual branch or unit as the case may be. If your last year ka turnover not available, you have to take quarter end ka turnover. Third, if extra credit distributed, they will return it back. If less of the credit distributed, we will adjust accordingly. Ki this was your credit, this was your credit. Even you have blocked credit, even you have eligible credit, still every credit will be distributed accordingly. There is no bifurcation ki nahi blocked hai, so we will keep. No, you have to distribute the blocked credit also. Understood? Chalo. So we will start with the questions of this. So first of all, we will have a reading of ISD. Wait. Mute yourself today. Nine. Can anyone tell me what is the page number if you find ISD ka concept?
9.1. This one.
So when it comes to ISD, point number one, ISD is basically a office meant to receive the tax invoice toward the receipt of input service. Whatever input service they are receiving, they will be one who will be receiving the tax invoice. My head office will receive the tax invoice in its name for the receipt of input service, and they will be distributing the credit on such service to supplier unit having same PAN. Same PAN means all the units that are registered under you in same PAN, and that will be distributed proportionally. What are the conditions? That ISD should issue an ISD invoice for ITC distribution. They have to issue an ISD invoice that clearly indicates the amount of ITC that have been distributed. Distributed ITC cannot obviously exceed the credit available for distribution. Are you getting? It is simple. If the credit distribution available, utna hi to you can distribute. It cannot exceed that. ITC of input service is distributed only amongst those recipients to whom input service are attributable. Can anyone explain this? Can someone explain me this point? I am unable to understand.
जिस एंटिटी का ऑडिट नहीं हुआ उसको ऑडिट का आईटीसी में डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करेंगे.
Actual utilization of services.
In respect of that ITC who are availing the services, to them only it is distributed.
Suppose I have 10 branches. I have 10 branches, head office has paid for the service, but only 4 branches is utilizing that input service. In such a case, when only 4 branches are utilizing the input service, so it will be distributed only to 4. It will not be distributed to other 6 branches there where they have not even availed this input service. So basically, is it only input service? Yes, only input service. You are taking tax invoices in your name, but input services used by some other branches that are registered under your same PAN. Repeating in Hindi, हमको सिर्फ ये ध्यान रखना है कि आईएसडी का काम इतना है कि उसके नाम पे तो टैक्स इनवॉइस जनरेट हो गया, टैक्स इनवॉइस जनरेटेड इन द नेम ऑफ आईएसडी, बट सर्विस यूटिलाइज कौन कर रहा है? सर्विस इज यूटिलाइज बाय अदर. तो दूसरे लोग क्या कर रहे हैं? सर्विस यूटिलाइज कर रहे हैं जो मेरे ही सेम पेन में रजिस्टर्ड है. उनको जिन जिन्होंने यूटिलाइज किया, जिन जिन लोगों ने सर्विस को यूटिलाइज किया, सिर्फ उनको प्रोपोर्शनेटली आई विल डिस्ट्रीब्यूट द आईटीसी. अंडरस्टूड एवरीवन? डन. नाउ ITC is distributed among operational unit only and in ratio of turnover of state of recipient during the relevant period to aggregate turnover. Now, can you just understand this? What is being written? What is that point? Point number D. Is it turnover based distribution, state wise turnover based ITC का distribution? Then relevant period is previous year or last quarter prior to the month of distribution. If you don't have previous year ka turnover, then last period quarter ka turnover you can take. What is this? E, I am unable to understand. Not at all. I can't understand.
Separate registration, mandatory registration.
It is mandatory to get separate registration. Now read point number 12. Can you just link it? Quickly read it, then we will understand. Chalo, let us see. Monthly distribution of ITC. ITC available for distribution in a month shall be distributed in same month. Is there any point to explain that every month ITC will be distributed? Ineligible as well as eligible ITC distributed separately. Understanding? Eligible you have to distribute, ineligible you have to distribute, but bifurcated. He eligible, this is ineligible, and distributed according to the turnover. CGST, SGST, UGST, IGST credit is distributed separately. These 2 points star note. Because this you will use in your practical questions. That both eligible and ineligible separate distribution and every CGST, SGST, UTGST ka separate distribution. Now, can someone explain me this point?
It's a apportionment का formula.
Unitary method.
Exactly. Can I say in simple word, it is nothing but unitary method. The total turnover itna, to credit itna, to is branch ka turnover itna, to how much credit to be distributed. And similarly, you have to apply for ineligible credit also. Now, what is E? ITC of IGST to be, is it something that we already know? IGST ke dar distribute hoga, CGST distributed at CGST only. You cannot change the category. आ रहा है समझ में? It's just for reading.
हम क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करते वक्त तो 43 टाइप ही लग रहा है, ग्रुप 43 जैसे.
ये तो तुम्हें क्रेडिट भी देके रखेंगे, तुम्हें कैलकुलेट भी नहीं करना, सिर्फ डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन बताना है इसमें, तो इसमें कुछ भी नहीं करना है तुम्हें. Now what about point number F? Please explain what is point number F.
कि मैम if अगर मुंबई से मैं अपनी गुजरात वाली ब्रांच को ट्रांसफर करूँ, I'll have to give it as IGST and even if I received it in CGST, still I have to give it as IGST. And if I received it as IGST, I have to still give it as IGST. But अगर मैं मुंबई में हूँ and मैं दूसरे महाराष्ट्र के ही किसी और में कर रहा हूँ, then I can give it. I have to give it as CGST and SGST and not IGST.
Anyone else? कोई और भी समझा?
मैम सेम स्टेटमेंट डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करेंगे तो SGST और CGST, अगर
is
हम
the same
स्टेटमेंट डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करेंगे तो उसी को हम कन्वर्ट कर देंगे IGST में.
So input tax credit, input देखो IGST you do not need to change, but when it comes to ITC of CGST, SGST to be distributed as CGST, SGST, UTGST respectively, if it is same state में तो CGST को CGST की तरह distribute करो, SGST to be distributed as SGST, UTGST as UTGST. Now ITC of CGST, SGST, UTGST distributed as IGST if their recipient is different state. Recipient दूसरे state में तो IGST की तरह you have to distribute this CGST. What you have to do, this is again my star point. Understood? Now what is G? किसी को भी doubt हो तो अभी पूछना. Do you have any doubt in point number F? Now what about point number G? ISD shall issue an ISD invoice. ISD shall issue ISD invoice that clearly indicates कि only for distribution of credit.
मैम
Yes.
जो ERF पॉइंट है उससे यही क्रक्स है क्या कि IGST हमेशा IGST में ही यूटिलाइज होगा और CGST SGST IGST में हो सकते हैं.
Yes. क्योंकि देखो distribute कर रहे हो, मेरा head office is situated in Mumbai. You are in MP. I have CGST का credit कैसे distribute करो तो then it will get converted into IGST.
Okay.
Now H, credit note is to be issued by ISD on reduction of credit. I can't understand. बताओ जरा.
मैम पॉइंट G भी बता दीजिए.
If they issued excess credit, then they have to issue credit note to reduce that credit.
Yes, by mistake extra credit was given. Now we want to take that credit back. So in order to take that credit back, what we will do? Credit note we will issue. Understood? Now additional ITC to be distributed in above manner. That we have already discussed. Whatever ITC you are having, that distribute in above manner. Jana, you can't understand G wala point. That ISD ka invoice clearly indicate it is for credit distribution.
I haven't read that.
Okay.
Understood.
Go for I. Go for I. No need to read this. You won't be asked what is to be included because this is already in your invoice wala part. कि ISD के invoice में what should be there. What is this? 13th wala point and J. Quickly someone explain me.
If the input tax distributor received the credit note, they have to issue the credit note to the recipients in the same ratio which is distributed previously.
Extra has been distributed, तो credit note का भी proportion ही होगा. Are you getting? कि अगर extra distribution of ITC is there and due to which reduction of ITC is there, तो credit note का भी apportionment proportionately ही होना है. Understood, Himatri? Yeah. Now what is that 13? I can't even understand in my whole life. What is this? Manner of recovery. What is this? 73, 74. If it is fraud, recovery in 74. If it is mistake, recovery through 73. Understood the ISD ka concept is basically for the distribution of credit. It is basically for what? Distribution of credit. Okay. Chalo. So now we will first start the questions of ISD. Then we will move towards section number 18 and uske question, then only questions. Just let me check what is the page number. You people also check if you find quickly. Question number 24.
Yeah.
So, question number 24. Factory in Alwar, Rajasthan, closed from 21-22 onwards with no turnover. Now, Alwar ki factory having no turnover, so I cannot distribute right now. I cannot distribute any credit. Factory in Pali, Rajasthan, turnover has been given. Are you understanding why they are giving the turnover? Because basis of distribution is turnover. Service center in Indore, turnover 2 crore, and service center of Surat, turnover 4 crore. Now, corporate office function as ISD. Now, they will actually tell you, you will eventually understand the ISD ka question hai, because somewhere in line they will use this word. They are acting as ISD. It has to distribute kitna credit? 12 lakh ka credit. Of this, an invoice involving tax of 6 lakh pertains to technical consultancy for Pali unit. What do you mean by this?
Pali unit में distribute होगा ना उसका
पाली यूनिट के लिए सेपरेट है मैम.
It's
Exactly.
specific to the
You won't do any apportionment. उसी के लिए ये specifically. Quickly solve it. I am giving you only 4 minutes. Do it only in calci. Do not write down everything. इसको सिर्फ calci में करना.
Yes, ma'am.
Done? Now, move to question number 25. It is homework, but I want you to calculate here only. At least take the question, you will understand how to solve. Don't check the answer.
This is study material question. Study material question है.
हाँ, बांगर में स्टडी मैट के भी हैं और साथ में पास्ट एमटीपी आरटीपी के भी. आंसर मत देखना, try to do presentation by your own. Is it done?
I've done all of these.
For the time being, till the time you are having something, you can keep your video. Not for Madhuri, it was only for Shivek. Done? Is it done or not?
मैम प्रेजेंटेशन करने में दिक्कत आ रहा है।
प्रेजेंटेशन इसलिए चाहती हो, पहले खुद सोचो तो याद रहेगा एग्जाम टाइम पे। What about others? Is it only Abhishek in the class?
I have done but not checked the answer presentation.
Personal interview needed?
Done, ma'am.
Done. Now those who have done, now check your answer and try to understand the presentation. Because this is the question you will find in exam. ये सारा mixed वाला question. So this is type of question you will find in exam with respect to ISD. Now quickly see the presentation. And check your mistake and tell me the mistakes you have done. Is it something, first of all, they are calculating overall total credit available, then available for various branches. Total is this available for distribution, then what is available to various branches, and this should be your every time presentation. Okay? Any mistake you have done while solving?
Ma'am, what should be the 10,000 treatment? IPs.
I will explain the entire question.
Okay.
Tell me what is the mistake you have done.
I have distributed everything as IGST and not bifurcated as CGST, SGST for Mumbai head office.
I told you na, that we have done the star mark
separately.
Star mark we have done. Rest of the people, any mistake you find? Yeah, we can mistake hai ki nahi? Quickly reply karo.
And same considered as IGST only.
Now check what should be done.
Not completed the total count. I mean, directly apportioned to the as per given in question.
So are you getting? We have done everything. We samjha sab kuch, but you forgotten what CGST ka distribution, how it to be distributed, IGST ka distribution, how it should be. That is bifurcation of CGST, SGST is needed. Now ek baar देख के क्वेश्चन को करो, and this is the star question in exam also you have to solve this. बिना solve के you would not go. This is the written practice kind of question. अब देख के एक बार solve करो, but don't take more than 5 minutes. Shivik, you too, but you will be solving without checking the answer. पहले किया है ना, तो तुम अब बिना देखे एक बार रिवाइज करो उसको solve करो. Everyone understand? If they have given बहुत पुराना month का ITC, now they are asking what you will do. So understand ITC distribution is monthly. So previous month का distribution cannot be done in March. So December का distribution cannot be done here. It was December 2021. Okay, so now my March 2022. You cannot do this.
But we can avail ITC within 1 year. No?
This is distribution. Distribution ka time they have given. Now after distribution you were able to avail, but that is the distribution ka time.
Okay.
But this distribution cannot be done till close of, I mean,
No,
for
they
filing of
have
annual
monthly
return.
distributions here. Distribute monthly basis. So this was your periodical turnover. This was your periodical basis. So you have to distribute.
Ma'am, if it is missed out, it is
No, you
This
cannot
cost-
have it later.
okay.
I can take the credit now, ma'am, till filing of annual return or October return, whichever is the year.
Oh, see, actually, you will find in return that there is revision possible. But we have not yet done that concept. Do not touch that part. Otherwise, I have to start with the return ke concept now.
Ma'am, if once distributed, then it can be utilized within 1 month.
हाँ, once
distributed
distributed
correctly.
utilize ना उसी month में utilize कर लेंगे.
Okay.
क्योंकि समझो ITC distribution हो क्यों रहा है? Because that person is unable to take the benefit, तो उसको जिसको देना है वो benefit utilize करता है. अगर वही distribute नहीं करेगा तो how you would do? Everyone done with the question? Understood the question?
And just one.
Ma'am.
Yes, Himadri?
Yeah, understood, ma'am. Ma'am, in case that the input is availed by the head office and it is not distributed, can they utilize for the head office itself?
Head office cannot utilize it. Reason? First of all, tax invoice is in, suppose tax invoice is in my name because I am paying the consideration. But I am not the one who is utilizing it for business purpose. That is my branch utilizing it for business purpose. I have taken an input service. I am not utilizing it. My branch is utilizing. Pehli cheez. Second, I am not having any output tax liability. Why? I am just for the purpose of back end wala cheezein. I am doing only the back end wala concept. So in such a case, I am not doing any outward supply. So when I am not doing any outward supply, so how I would be having any GST ka liability? So when I do not have head office is not having GST ka liability, how it can avail the ITC? Therefore, they have to distribute it. He distribute to the units who are utilizing. Okay, Madhuri?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, those who have done this question, they can move to second one. Next one, I mean. Move to 27. 26 will be your homework. Move to directly 27. And whatever doubt with respect to 26 you would be having, send me on Telegram, and I have already told the time, 10 to 10:30. Move to 27. Completed. Sudhir, are you doing that questions? Nikki, Ashwini, Amit, are you getting the concept? हो गया? Done?
मैम
Yes.
यहाँ पॉइंट नंबर 7 में लिखा हुआ है कि फ्रॉम द अबव ITC एक्सक्लूसिव टू त्रिवेंद्रम एंड हैदराबाद इज 3 लाख ईच, और सॉल्यूशन में उसको 2 लाख टू केरला कर दिया और 1 लाख टू आंध्र प्रदेश, ऐसे क्यों किया?
Point number 7, from the above, ITC exclusive to Trivandrum and Hyderabad unit, CGST, SGST is 3 lakh each. अब क्या बोल रहे हो तुम सॉल्यूशन में?
सॉल्यूशन में सेकंड पॉइंट वहाँ पर 2 lakh is been given to Trivandrum and 1 lakh is given to Hyderabad.
Let me check.
Ma'am, that is as per turnover ratio.
Turnover ratio.
ठीक है ना? Yes. CGST
Yes,
was 3 lakh. SGST is also 3 lakh. And on the basis of turnover, you have to distribute between Trivandrum and Hyderabad. Check your turnover ratio. Check it.
36 divided by 1.
Got it?
Yes, ma'am. We'll check between Hyderabad and Trivandrum. Like 36 plus
है ना कि उनके बीच में ही होगा डिस्ट्रीब्यूट, तो उन दोनों के टर्नओवर का टोटल करना, टोटल टर्नओवर त्रिवेंद्रम एंड व्हाटएवर हैदराबाद इज इतना, आईटी इज इतना, सो स्पेसिफिक का कितना होगा?
I have taken that each word as Trivandrum and Hyderabad, and it should be each as CGST and SGST.
Now this question number, I guess it was 27 or 28?
27.
So 27, and just we have done this with presentation, you have find. These two questions compulsory, mandatory for the purpose of exam. Every time you should write down, because this type of question will be asked when it comes to question number 2. Question number 2 में अगर कुछ detailing पूछना चाहेगा वो, तो this kind of question 5 marks का, 4 marks का would be very easy for them to ask. Understood? Chalo. Can I move to now section number 18? Understand पूरा concept about input service distributor. Chalo. So let us come to now section number 18. Sure. So when it comes to section number 18, it is about availability of credit in special circumstance. My voice is okay ना? Echo तो नहीं हो रहा है ना?
नहीं मैम ठीक है.
So when it comes to special circumstances, what are the certain special circumstances under which the credit would be available? Now this point, people eligible for the credit. Person who has applied for registration within 30 days from the date on which they are liable for registration. If you still remember, when you are liable to get registered, that means your threshold limit has crossed. Then from that day, you have to apply for registration within 30 days. So is it that concept only? Ki now you are the person who is liable to get registered. You became liable to get registered, and within 30 days you have applied for registration. Can I say it is fresh registration? Pehli baar, first time. Can I say that? Sure. So first time registration within 30 days. Now, whatever input you are having in stock and whatever capital goods you are having, why oblique? It could be input, it could be capital goods, or it could be capital goods and input का दोनों का credit available to you. बहुत ध्यान से सुनना. Do not move your attention. When it comes to your registration, पहली बार you have crossed the threshold limit and now you are liable to get registered. In such case, can you see it is only input का credit they will allow you. मैम समझ नहीं आया, समझो. Suppose before your eligibility, before you were eligible, here I am showing, before your eligibility, your threshold limit here has not crossed. So before that, you have purchased certain capital goods. You have purchased certain input. दोनों ही purchase करोगे ना? When the business commences, capital goods भी purchase होंगे. Business commence हुआ तो input भी purchase होगा. At the time of that purchase of capital goods and input, as you were not a registered person, because section number 16, every registered person is liable for ITC. अब तुम तो registered थे ही नहीं, तो in such a case, capital goods का भी कोई ITC नहीं मिला. In such a case, input का भी there is no ITC. But now, you are from this date, you are liable to get registered. This is the date you are liable to get registered, and if within 30 days you have applied, वो तो छोड़ो अभी. But now you are liable to get registered, matlab you will be registered where? जीएसटी में रजिस्टर हो जाओगे, यू विल बी रजिस्टर्ड पर्सन. माय सेक्शन नंबर 16 का पहला वर्ड क्या है? एवरी रजिस्टर्ड पर्सन, दैट विल कंप्लाई. So in such a case, they are saying when you get registered and if within 30 days you apply, you are eligible for input का credit. मतलब मैम समझ नहीं आया. हमने परचेज किया था इनपुट. दिस इज द इनपुट आई हैव परचेज व्हेन आई वाज नॉट रजिस्टर्ड और लाइबल टू गेट रजिस्टर्ड. मैंने 10 लाख रुपीस का इनपुट परचेज किया था, उसमें से 6 लाख रुपीस का इनपुट ऑलरेडी सोल्ड. कब सोल्ड सेल हो गया? When I was not liable to register or not at all registered, तभी sell हो गया. But at this date, I am having 4 lakh का input, not sold right now. उसका input you will, उसका ITC you will get. Understood? So, but the condition is you should apply within 30 days. As you get liable, after getting liable, it is compulsory for you to apply within 30 days. मैम अगर हमने 30 days में application नहीं दी तो समझो. If you fail to apply within 30 days, this is the date when your threshold limit crossed. You were required to apply within 30 days. This is the end of my 30 days. Everyone, this is the end of my 30 days. मैम यहाँ पे I have applied, you will get input का ITC, but you have applied after 30 days. So what is the penalty? No input available now. Even the ITC, वो 4 lakh rupees का input I was having ना, you cannot avail ITC. Why? Late registration. Why you have filed after 30 days? So kind of penalty हो गया ना कि मुझे ITC नहीं मिलेगा. I will not get the ITC. But liable की डेट से, from the date you are liable till the date you got the registration certificate, from the date you are liable and till the date you will get the registration certificate, you have to pay GST का output tax liability. You are eligible for output tax liability. मतलब they will not allow you the benefit, but they will take that tax की liability. तो उधर तो लेना ही है, but we will not allow you any input. If you still remember registration, maybe we have done this point. कि if within 30 days you are applying, अगर तुम यहाँ apply करते हो तो input का credit available because registration is effective from this date only. But अगर तुमने late apply किया तो you are not eligible for input and registration. The date that they will grant you the registration का certificate, वहाँ से it will be eligible. वहाँ से it will be granted. Understood everyone? Any doubt on this concept? But ma'am, what about capital goods? No. New registration पे no capital goods का. Whatever capital goods earlier you have purchased, you were not registered. अब difference समझो. Ma'am, I was not registered and I have purchased capital goods. ITC के credit ledger में it never got credited. Now I am registered. Can I do -5% per quarter part of the quarter and वो reversal? नहीं. Because strictly बोला capital goods का ITC we will not allow. Remember this thing. Institute अगर ऐसा कुछ frame करता है, institute if frame such a kind of thing, do not do the mistake कौन सी कि वहाँ 5% per quarter करके you have started doing reversal. When it is your fresh registration, only input you will be eligible. Input पे ITC will be given. This first number का point clear? Say yes or no, everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it only Nikki in the class? Last day of the class, we have maximum scoldings.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Ashwini, आवाज नहीं आई, जोर से बोलो.
Yes, ma'am.
मैम
Yeah.
ये 30 डे का जो रजिस्ट्रेशन है तो पहले से कोई सप्लायर मुझे जीएसटी का बिल इशू कर देगा क्या?
देखो मैं कितनी बार ये कॉन्सेप्ट समझा के थक गई.
मैम वो क्या होता है ना कि साल भर पहले का वो बिल रिवाइज कर देगा क्या?
साल भर? Yes, एक साल के बाद पहले कहाँ से है अभिषेक? Tell me.
ये within 1 year from the date of issue of tax invoice.
Within 1 year from the date of? Pardon? Within 1 year from the date of क्या बोला तुमने?
Issue of taxable invoice by supplier.
Taxable. अब एक चीज बताओ अभिषेक, तुम इनवॉइस इशू कर रहे हो, इट इज यू हु इज इशूइंग द इनवॉइस। अब सामने वाला पर्सन आईटीसी क्लेम करेगा, तुम नहीं करोगे, अभी तो तुम सप्लायर हो, ठीक है। वो तुम बात कर रहे हो कि मैंने अगर इनवॉइस इशू किया तो क्या होगा, तो तुम इशू कर रहे हो, तो जिस दिन तुमने इनवॉइस इशू किया वहां से वो 1 साल के अंदर दूसरा पर्सन आईटीसी लेता है। दूसरी चीज, अभी तुम कौन सी पोजीशन पे हो कि तुमको रजिस्ट्रेशन लेना है, यू आर द वन हु इज एलिजिबल फॉर रजिस्ट्रेशन, तुमको रजिस्ट्रेशन लेना है। तो अब जब तक रजिस्ट्रेशन नंबर नहीं आएगा तुम इनवॉइस कैसे इशू करोगे? हाँ,
मेरे इनपुट मैं इनपुट पे वो टैक्स क्रेडिट कैसे मिलेगा?
कैसे मिलेगा? तुम फिर फाइल करोगे ना, रजिस्ट्रेशन के साथ ये सब डिटेल देनी पड़ती है कि मेरे पास एज ऑन डेट इतना इतना इनपुट पड़ा हुआ है, इतना इतना है, और इनवॉइस की डिटेल भी देनी होती है तुमको, क्योंकि
सप्लायर
तुमने जिसके खरीदा वो तो रजिस्टर्ड था ना, उसने तो तुमको टैक्स इनवॉइस इशू किया होगा ना।
यस मैम, तो जीएसटी नंबर तो मेरा नहीं चढ़ाया होगा, तो कंसोलिडेटेड इशू कर दिया होगा वो।
कंसोलिडेटेड इशू कर दिया। अब देखो, तुम ये बता सकते हो ना कि ये सारा इनवॉइस है मेरे पास और मेरे पास इतना इनपुट है, तुम्हारे पास कोई भी ऐसी चीज होनी चाहिए, कोई भी ऐसा डॉक्यूमेंट जो ये बता पाए कि हाँ तुमने टैक्स पे किया है। अब तुम्हारे पास अगर इनवॉइस है तो तुम बता सकते हो। अब अगर सपोज करो 100-200 रुपए की चीज है, उसने भी वहां पे कंसोलिडेटेड इनवॉइस कर दिया, तब तुम भी प्रूफ नहीं कर सकते, तो तुम्हारा क्या है वो? क्योंकि वो तो कंसोलिडेटेड इनवॉइस तुमको इशू नहीं करता है अभिषेक, वो अपने लिए अपने अकाउंट कंसोलिडेशन करता है, समझ रहे हो? कभी भी मैं तुम्हें कंसोलिडेटेड इनवॉइस इशू नहीं करूंगी, मैं अपने लिए अकाउंटिंग के पर्पस के लिए एक दिन का इनवॉइस पूरा कंसोलिडेट कर लेती हूँ। तो दोनों का डिफरेंस समझ में आ रहा है?
यस,
ठीक है, चलो पॉइंट नंबर 2, पर्सन हु इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड टू गेट रजिस्टर्ड बट भाई साहब ने वॉलंटरी रजिस्ट्रेशन लेना है। द पर्सन नॉट रिक्वायर्ड टू गेट रजिस्टर्ड बट वांट्स टू टेक वॉलंटरी रजिस्ट्रेशन। तो भाई वेदर इट इज फर्स्ट टाइम रजिस्ट्रेशन और योर वॉलंटरी रजिस्ट्रेशन ओनली, इनपुट का आई विल बी गिविंग यू आईटीसी। अभी आई एम नॉट गोइंग विद दिस, डू नॉट चेक दिस वाला कॉन्सेप्ट, ठीक है अभिषेक, यहाँ पे पढ़ना नहीं जब तक समझाया नहीं। So when it is first time registration, input. When it is voluntary registration, input. Ma'am, now registered person who sees, याद आया normal registration purpose था, you cease to be a composition वाला person. Now any time during the year तुम कहाँ जा सकते हो? Normal में. Composition से you can move easily to normal. वो तो बिल्कुल welcome करेंगे, because they want कि monthly you will be paying taxes, ITC, ऐसा बहुत सारा होगा। तो when you cease to be a composition dealer, in such a case now you move to normal, but पहले भी registered तो थे ना। Is it a first time registration? Is it your Is it your first time registration? No, it is not your first time registration. तुम composition dealer तो registered ही थे ना। So now from composition dealer I am to normal person. तो अब तो input का भी you will get as well as capital goods का भी you will get what? ITC. Now मैम capital goods का भी ITC. तो 5% per quarter, part of the quarter का reduction I will do. Are you getting this logic? कि जहाँ पे capital goods first time getting ITC, तो 5% वाला thing I have to apply. So here also I am applying that concept. 5% per quarter, part of the quarter. अभी जा नहीं रहे उस पे, but I am telling कि input का भी available, capital goods का भी available. And this I fail to understand. Registered person whose exempt supply becomes taxable. Now exempt become taxable, तो input also allowed, capital also allowed. Remember अभी करा है अपन ने. So when exempt is now taxable, when it was exclusively for exempt purpose, ITC was not taken. Now for capital goods they will be taking ITC, and when they are taking ITC, 5% per quarter, part of the quarter wala reduction would be there. Quickly just abhi ye this two column, first time registration, voluntary registration, and then your composition to normal, and then your exempt to taxable. Are you getting what should be highlighted? First registration, voluntary, then composition to normal, and last is what? Composition से normal के बाद exempt to taxable. So my crux is first time whenever you are getting registered, only input. Other cases में input as well as capital goods का ITC. Done? Sure. Now, similarly, as they have allowed this ITC, can you say this circumstance when there would be reversal of ITC? There could be circumstance when your ITC could be reversed. Ma'am, कब reversal हो सकता है? Now, registered person who has availed ITC, switching from regular to composition levy. अब उल्टा normal to composition you are giving, so how we will give you ITC, because composition dealer cannot avail ITC. So now from normal to you are doing composition. So we were allowing input का ITC also, अब नहीं मिलेगा. Capital goods का ITC also, अब we will not allow. Now it will be reversal. Reversal means we will add to output tax liability. Understood? Again, something was taxable, now it got exempted. Targeting just reversal. It was taxable, now it is totally exempt. So when it is exempt, again input and capital goods pay, we will not allow you ITC. Ma'am, it was first time registration, now it is cancellation of your registration. So in case of cancellation of registration, if ITC was allowed, whatever was the case, whatever ITC was allowed, we will not allow it. It will be debited now from your electronic credit ledger. Ma'am, why debit? Asset हो गया ना government के respect पे. Electronic credit ledger में ITC was a liability for government कि हमको देना है तुमको. Now when they are reversing, it will get debit by asset है उनके लिए. Now they do not want to give you that ITC. अब उनकी eligibility, उनकी liability नहीं है to give you ITC back. So that is a debit for them, that is an asset for them. Understood? Now, supply of capital goods, plant and machinery on which ITC has been taken. अब ये concept important है. Ma'am, capital goods purchase. I have purchased this capital goods. This is my capital goods. I purchased this capital good. ITC credited to the electronic credit ledger. For I have spent 12 months with my capital asset. Another 12 months with my capital asset. Now, almost 24 months done. 24 months done. Now after that I find I want to sell it. So मैंने sell कर दिया. Okay, now that asset does not it is not your ownership. You don't have that asset. So in such a case, what I will do? I was having capital asset. It was 5 years until 60 months are crossed. I will be eligible for ITC. But in between, मैंने तो sell कर दिया. I have sold that capital goods. अब क्या करेंगे? So now in such a case, what they will have a reversal. Obviously reversal तो होगा, पर अब reversal कितना होगा? What is this? ITC on capital goods on plant and machinery. Less 5% per quarter part of the quarter from date of invoice, or tax on transaction value, whichever is higher. Tax on the transaction value, tax on transaction value, or ITC 5% per quarter part of the quarter, whichever is less. Whichever is less.
Whichever is higher.
कर क्या
Whichever is higher.
whichever whichever is higher. Now suppose this asset I was having ITC actual में whatever 5% per quarter part of the quarter का ITC subtract करने के बाद ITC was only let's say 5 lakh rupees, but transaction value I sold that asset and on transaction value 7 lakh I have to pay GST. So why they will take 5 lakh from you? They want entire 7 lakh you have to pay in your output tax liability. Are you getting that? So you have sold the capital goods. So जितना भी credit you were having, जो भी credit you are having, तो 5% per quarter part of the quarter तो minus कर दिया that you have utilized. Now on this date I am selling it. So on sales, whatever ITC minus 5% and transaction value का GST, whichever is higher, you have to pay that. So this is a kind of rule they have made. कि इसके basis पे we will decide कि 5% per quarter part of the quarter or this. Understood? Aya? So this is star mark. This is actually star mark. You have to remember practical में you would use this. Now you can read this. We have done the reversal के concept also. We have done the ITC when you are now eligible for ITC. So when it is input के लिए immediately preceding the date from which you became liable to tax, the date you are liable for registration, उससे पहले whatever input you are having in your hand, give us the detail and you are eligible for ITC. Then again, immediately preceding the date of registration, what is the difference between these 2 points? Immediately preceding the date of registration and here immediately preceding the liability.
हम अगर ये 30 days का है तो 30 days में अगर कर लिए तो
Remember registration grant कब होता है? After 30 days, date of registration. And if it is within 30 days,
liable to tax.
if it is within 30 days, then it is liability की date. Now read this whole concept. It is easy for you. Also read the reversal wala part also. Done with reading?
Yes, ma'am.
Now similarly, when it is the case of demerger, when it is the case of amalgamation, in that case also, if your company, if your business has merged or amalgamation or transfer of business, then whatever is your unutilized ITC, whatever is your unutilized ITC, you have to transfer it to new entity. मतलब amalgamation हो गया तो मेरा unused मैं किधर दे दूंगी दूसरी entity को I will just transfer. It is as simple as that. No clarification, no analysis needed on that. Now, when it is demerger, so if you remember, right, if you know this thing, because when it comes to demerger, asset की value होती है. On the basis of value of asset, suppose demerger में previously my company was having 100 crore के asset. At the time of demerger, now my resultant company is having 70 crore का asset. तो 70 crore का ITC दे दूंगी. $70 crore के proportion में, whatever would be the proportion of 70 crore का ITC, that will be given to my resultant company. Understood? If it is the case of demerger, value of asset, you have to see कि resultant company को what is going on, कितना asset जाता है. So on the basis of value of that, you will distribute your ITC to the resultant company, and rest of the ITC will be maintained by the demerged company. You know now the concept of demerged company and resultant. Sure. Now, ma'am, this transfer of business, would it include death card transfer also? In case of death, your business have been transferred. Yes, it includes death concept also. So this is the clarification. This issue that unutilized ITC का distribution in case of death of sole proprietor. So transfer or change of ownership includes death of sole proprietor also. So if your sole proprietor died, So that is also considered as transfer of ITC. So जो भी नया person continue करेगा, if अगर continue करता है business को, so in such a case it will be given to that person. Ma'am, suppose करो business is not continued by any other person, तो क्या refund होगा ITC? Always remember one thing, refund only in two conditions. Lapse हो जाएगा, it will lapse, but never ever refunded. Done? Now my last section is, that is kind of, I can't say important one, but that is my 19th section. Now you are the person who are responsible to explain me this. Why? Because we have done job worker ka, and it is totally job worker ka part. We have already understood this, but we are in job work. Please someone explain me this concept. Quickly do the reading and explain it.
Principal can take the credit of goods sent for the job work now. If it is sent directly third person to the job worker also, the principal can take the credit. It should be returned if it is inputs within 1 year, if it is a capital good within 3 years. If it is not, then the deemed supply will be taken place, right? And in case of some supplies, this 1 year time limit will not apply. That is the molds and dies and jigs, fixtures and tools. I think that's it, ma'am.
Is it something only job work wala part they have directly given? Because already job work kya tha? An entire chapter of job work. Now only ITC with respect to job work given ki if you are the person who is sending goods on job work. So when you send goods on job work, you are eligible for ITC. Ma'am, I am not receiving the goods. Remember section 16 ka condition. That is the proviso bill to ship to model allowed. You can still take ITC. But that goods should return to you within 1 year or 3 years. If it is input 1 year, if it is capital goods 3 years, but if it failed to get returned, then it will be deemed as your supply. So it will be deemed as in supply, but ITC to valid hai na. So if it is supply, then also ITC I can take. If it is not supply, so within 1 year it is returning, तो भी मेरा ITC तो eligible ही रहेगा ना. Are you getting? But if it comes to mold, die, jigs, in such a case they have short life or one-time use. So that things they do not count for 1 year or 3 year ka purpose. Complete that reading. It is all about your job work ka part. Then read directly manner of recovery, that is section number 21. Can you just explain what is there in 21 also?
This point number 13.
Section 21.
Yes, section 21, manner of recovery. First go to that.
If ISD is distributed excess credit to any one of the recipient who is required to get that credit, by using section 73 and 74, they used to recover the excess credit.
First of all, are they again using 73, 74 ka section again and again? Why they are using it here? क्यों use कर रहे हैं? Remember that demand recovery points.
Yes, ma'am. Contravention of the provision of GST.
So what was given in demand and recovery? Wrong utilization of ITC, wrong availment of ITC. So what was there? ITC ka chapter already referred over there, na? So whenever you will be studying from now GST, समझो. After this class, obviously we will connect only on Saturday, Sunday, just for the elementary part and one class for amendment. So where in amendment I can link again your entire GST ka chapter. 3-4 hours ka class it would be. We will link all the chapters and amendment तो छोटा सा एक revision हो जाएगा हमारा. ठीक है? क्या we give the revision as well as amendments. Now, whenever you find कि ITC written here, so always keep in mind. Obviously, ITC के chapter में some rule respect to that would be given. Whenever they are using demand word in a chapter, so always understand the demand and recovery में a linkage would always be given. When it is job work, see job work का ITC there, so job work का ITC there. So this will concise your chapters. कि it is not a cluster. ये बहुत cluster है. It is not so much. It is actually very short. Now when you will be revising now, I can say कि entire GST we can revise in 5 to 6 hours. मैं बोल के revise कर सकती हूँ. I'm not telling about you. Why? Because I know कि ये इसका link किधर जाता है, इसका link किधर जाता है, link, and always when it is a link, it form a छोटा cluster. And then you will find कि okay, इतना ही relevant है. Supply have a link with, as I said, RCM, import of service, RCM से link है. So when you start reading the concept and linkage, obviously understanding का level भी higher होगा, and obviously every cluster you will find. So just one tip I am giving you, whenever you find a word, and you find कि इस word के respect में chapter is given, तो 100% pointer of that word will be given in that chapter, and that is nothing but your linkage. When I talk about import of service, RCM में भी तो import of service. Again in mega exemption, import of service. So what I was doing when I was doing the self-study, I am giving you my entire tip. कि when I was doing self-study, it is import of service. यहाँ पे भी import of service. यहाँ पे भी import of service. Now let us concise it. So this is the linkage. Are you getting? So it was entirely GST is my self-study. Entirely. I cannot give credit to any teacher because I have done it self. And the only credit I will give you is study material of ICL. That one book, and I have not done like this. Now, kitni book padna hai? During my mentoring in my second group, I am finding now ye bhi pad le, ye bhi pad le, ye bhi pad le. Arey, read one book 10 times. Kyunki GST will not change in my book, GST will not change in ICA ka book, GST will not change in any faculty ka book. GST is same. Just presentation will change. हम ये वाला क्वेश्चन बैंक प्रेफर करें, वो करें, ये भी कर ले, वो भी कर ले, इसका भी कर ले. अरे नहीं, सबसे मेन is your ICI का question you have to do that question at least 2 to 3 times because already all the adjustment they have provided over here. Why we have referred Bangar? Because when you have done study material ka entire reading, now it is Bangar already having study material ka summary. And when it comes to module number 3, I have given you mind map that is already study material ka summary. Directly after completing one time study material ka reading, just go to Bangar. Already it is having the summary of entire study material with clarification. So that means at the time of exam, I don't need to refer study material. I don't need to refer many books. It's one book you will keep in front of you in that 1.5 days. That is Bangar. And your rough copy. Just quickly, I have done interstate. Interstate, what were the 2 keywords? It was location of recipient, it was place of supply. That keywords you have to recall. Don't keep on reading again. Reading कर रहे हो तो कुछ कर भी नहीं रहे. Your mind knows कि okay, reading करके तो सब आता है. So when it is exam ka revision, whatever it is, just one book Bangar, and for module number 3, my charts only, more than sufficient. Because Bangar is having custom also. Bangar mein you have custom. So are you getting? Many of the students I find at the time of exam having इतना pile of a book कि ये करना है 1.5 दिन में revise. अरे कहाँ से कर सकते हो 1.5 दिन में? Are you Rajnikant or a robot? You cannot do this thing. Just one book Bangar, just one rough copy, and whatever important notes you have made. Important notes means just मैंने जैसे star mark I guess this is the point you have to remember because this is we are using in practical. Wo important notes you have to revise. Just like section number 18. Section number 18 where we have Only voluntary registration, we should remember. First time registration, what is the word I have given? क्या मैं पूरा sentence पे जा रही हूँ? No, I am not going with the sentence. I have just given my mind one word. तो one word देने से already things are getting concise, and one word देने से you will know कि okay, it was voluntary registration, input allowed, and the time limit for claiming the input. Then when it was first time registration, 30 days का concept. If not in 30 days, then what is that? So that you have to do summarized everything for your brain, because brain की there is a power. If you give lot of information, अभी सब समझ में आए, but it cannot retain everything. तुम्हें compartment बना के उसको समझाना होगा. It is only one word. Keep that one word. It is concept about that. When it comes to how I know, if you tell me ना कि मैं अभी के अभी entire GST revise करो, I will literally not open the book. I am not saying कि mistake नहीं हो सकती. Possible. 3-4 mistakes, 10 mistakes also possible. But 10 mistakes and 90% accuracy is okay. But when you are doing इतना सारा and it's only 40% की accuracy, how would you be say कि okay for exam? Are you getting? So at the time of exam, we have only one target. We will quickly read study material. अब भी करना, एक बार read करो, 2 बार read करना करो. उसके बाद it would be only Bangal that you have to cover. You have to do. Now Bangal कर लिया. At the time of exam, your last revision that you would be doing, एकदम last revision, not 1.5 days while I am talking. Last revision. Quickly open test your knowledge के question होंगे. Why? To make yourself realize कि at least study material का each and every test your knowledge का question I have done. At the time of exam, I will again not keep that test your knowledge का question. Why? Because एक बार हो गया. अब सिर्फ it is only Bangal and I will take in Bangal during my practice session. कि this is TYK का this वाला question. This is TYK का this वाला question. Are you getting? Means I am trying to incorporate entire study material in one book. That is Bangal. So that is the basic reason I want कि जब भी मेरे दिमाग को पता होता है ना कि 1.5 दिन में सिर्फ एक बुक को रिवाइज करना, it is very calm. जब मुझे पता हो ना ये भी, and many of the student at 1.5 days, they are still confused कि बुक कौन सी रेफर करनी है रिवीजन के लिए. Are you getting? They don't have their proper notes. So don't do that kind of clusters with yourself. That type of I can say कि ऐसी चीजें मत करना कि 1.5 दिन में यही सोचना पड़ जाए कि बुक कौन सी रेफर करेंगे. It's one shot. Every question you do in TYQ and you find, जैसे शिवेक ने बोला मैम ये सारे तो टेस्ट योर नॉलेज के भी क्वेश्चन है स्टडी मैट के, तो राइट इट डाउन इन Bangal कि TYK का क्वेश्चन नंबर 1. That means now do not open study material again. Everything already there in my Bangal. Understood how you will proceed for your second wala thing. Now I will give you targets from tomorrow. अब target का see मैं तुम्हें सिर्फ बोल सकती हूँ. Now I would not be having any holding on you. मेरी holding अब नहीं होगी. तुम अगर targets नहीं दे रहे तो अब मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकती. तुम्हें तो धमकी भी नहीं दे सकती कि लिंक नहीं मिलेगी. I cannot say that. तो in such a case मेरी धमकी का point गया. Now I cannot do the blackmailing. Himadri, blackmailing is धमकी. ठीक है? So I cannot do the blackmailing. अब क्या करें? Just one thing I want to track कि अभी भी क्या तुम at least 6:30 तक पढ़ने बैठ रहे हो या नहीं. So in such a case, at least at 8 o'clock in the morning, only one target I will give you. जैसे authority of advanced ruling, learn and do the test your knowledge की question. At least 8 AM को you have to set 6:30 morning में. Can't say about Himadri. I don't know whether he will sit or not. But it is 6:30. You have to sit for that छोटा सा portion until 8. You have to give me कि मैम 6:30 को भी sit, 8 को we have completed this. So actually for my
wake up at 6 o'clock only, ma'am.
One minute. At least for my satisfaction, I will be knowing कि ये जो timer तुमने मेरे से जल्दी करवा लिया, classes over करो, हमें पढ़ना है. Are you actually studying or not? And my target will not be 2 hours का, it will not be 1 hour का. Most probably वो मेरा target 45 minutes का ही होगा. Only 45 minutes का target for IDT. So I guess कि वो तो you can give. Now Madhuri, what you saying now? Complete your sentence.
Today also I wake up at 6 o'clock only, ma'am.
नहीं, I am telling
I
you
slept at
no class. When there will be no class, when there will be no class, so you are not having anyone on your head कि क्यों join नहीं किया. Now it is entirely you. You have to be in discipline. I cannot come at your home or call you कि अरे हिमाद्री उठे कि नहीं. Are you getting?
I'll wake up, ma'am.
Try to do that. That will be only for your benefit. So from tomorrow, I will give you next segment of mentoring, that is till your final exam. No, final exam is the August mein exam. You know na, August mein we are having IDT exam. So I will give you only chota target. First, it would be my module number 3. Only, most probably, it would be only Saturday. I will like you to connect with me so that we can first complete return and liability, very small portion. Then we will cover refund and your inspection wala, offense wala part. Inspection is purely theory. It is purely theory. So if you will get bored, do not blame me कि मैम ये क्या कर दिया. I cannot do anything in that. But what is important? Offense and penalty and refund. These two are really important. In refund, there is a rule that is important. Entire refund is also not important. एक rule है उसके अंदर, only that is important. ठीक है? चलो. So now we have completed almost segment of पूरा ITC. First of all, you will read it in this week. पूरा week है तुम्हारे पास reading करने के लिए. Saturday को पहले आधे घंटे whatever doubts, but doubts अगर मेरे से छूट जाए Telegram पे पढ़ना, तो प्लीज एक्सेप्ट मी फॉर दैट. गिव अ रिमाइंडर मैम ये छूट गया. ठीक है. जैना नोज की वो मुझे 2 दिन पहले मैसेज करती है, मैं 2 दिन बाद उसको शायद रिप्लाई करती हूँ. कभी कभार वो रीड भी नहीं होता मुझसे. ठीक है. चलो. सो नाउ हाँ,
ये जो आईटीसी के लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन है ना, उसको आप एक तो बोर्ड पे बना लेते हैं.
अभी कर रहे हैं हम, अभी छोड़ नहीं रही हूँ तुमको.
यस मैम. वो क्या है ना कि
चलो
10 मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन.
अभी एक भी बच्चे की ना अपन यहीं बैठे. मैं तुम्हें भी भागने नहीं दूंगी, मैं भी नहीं भागूंगी. लंच का ब्रेक दूंगी यहीं है.
ओके मैम.
चलो. नाउ सबसे पहले यू कीप ऑन राइटिंग कि कौन कौन से चैप्टर को पहले करना है, फिर कौन से बाद में करना है. राइट इट डाउन. क्लस्टर नंबर 1. I am making a cluster. In clusters में you have to move with the chapters. Cluster number 1. Supply plus RCM. Supply plus RCM plus value of supply. Why these 3 things together? Supply has a linkage with RCM. RCM okay, supply okay, but again they have linkage with value of supply. Why? Because schedule number 1 का valuation given in my value of supply. So these 3 chapters one by one you have to take. So supply, RCM, then your value of supply. Cluster 2, that is whole soul only mega exemption. Why? Now link entire mega exemption with supply की definition. Now link entire mega exemption with RCM wala point, because it is RCM but it was mega exempted somewhere. Are you getting? Then again link your mega exemption with value of supply, because value of supply mein they will give you a mix. What is the value of supply? No value of supply because it is mega exempted. Now in again RCM, एक column में लिखो RCM में GTA is very important. Very important is your GTA. Many times you will find question on GTA only. So cluster 1 done, cluster 2 done. Now cluster 3. Toss, time of supply, place of supply, time of supply, place of supply, composition, supply, mixed supply, composition, mixed, interstate, intrastate. Do learn that definition properly. What is inter, what is intra? Whether location या तुम बोलते ना 2 different state, नहीं. Check that keywords properly. Interstate, intrastate. After intrastate, it is your exempt supply, zero rated supply. Exempt supply का concept, zero rated supply का concept. and definition of export. Now, where you will find zero rated, exempt, import and export wala procedure mein you will find everything. I will share my mind map for that. I guess already shared, na?
After zero rated? Yes, ma'am, share. After zero rated?
Zero rated, exempt, and export ka definition. Export of goods as well as service. Done. The next cluster will be registration and ITC. Now, registration, ITC, and composition scheme. Registration, ITC, composition scheme. Why? Registration are of three types: normal registration, CTP, and composition. Then we have to link this registration, first time registration, voluntary registration, etc. registration, and ITC. Abhi section 18 we have done, na? So registration, ITC, clustering together. Once you complete entire revision of this, then you can start your question number 1 ka practice from your past paper. Because it is all about the clustering of these chapters. So question number 1 ka practice from past papers. So are you getting daily my targets? I am already telling you. Okay, today revise supply, second will be my RCM. So that once we have completed this, then I will give you a target. Ki now go to my question number 1 ka practice. Okay? So now question number 1 ka practice. Kitne papers? It is okay with the 4 attempt ka paper. But still you want ki more practice? Ye dil mange more. So that depends on you. Okay? So question number 1 ka practice. Done. Then second slot we will start. Payment of tax. And payment of tax means nothing, TDS, TCS. Job work and e-bill. All this together. Payment of tax means what? TDS, TCS, job work, e-bill. Why? Because they can link job work with ITC also. They can link anywhere. e-bill, etc. concept, they can link anywhere. So we should understand it in cluster form. After completing this, demand and recovery and offense penalty. Demand and recovery, offense and penalty. Whatever was the cluster, number accordingly. Demand and recovery.
Six number, ma'am.
And offense and penalty, 6 number. So this is the basic thing that you will find in your exam paper. These are the important chapters you will find in exam paper. Now cluster with respect to only module number 3. Module number 3 may first complete appeal and revision. Then go for authority of advance ruling. Not much important, but appeal and revision. Liability under certain case, nowadays they started asking. But when it comes to liability under certain cases, that every pointer you have to write, entirely you have to learn that chapter. Every pointer you have to write. If it is partner, so kis cheez ke liye he is liable, when he is liable, what are the conditions he is not liable, entire learning needed. So then, appeal and revision ke saath, liability under certain cases. Appeal and revision, then liability under certain cases. And authority of advance ruling we have already written. Okay? Then after this, which chapter is remaining? Inspection, just for reading, right? Just for reading, inspection, accounts and record, inspection, accounts and record, import-export procedure, concept of refund except rule. Concept of refund except rule, I think it was 88, I'm not sure about that. So except rule that has refund ka calculation. The rule is about how to calculate refund. The rule is about how to calculate amount of refund. Except that. Do not go with miscellaneous provisions. Only read anti-profiteering committee. Only read anti-profiteering committee. Mute yourself, who's not on mute.
Ma'am, तो miscellaneous I haven't done miscellaneous करना है?
Only anti-profiteering. Only.
No need to study.
Because already वो transition हो चुका है 2017 में. Anti-profiteering का मतलब क्या होता है? What do you mean by anti-profiteering? Now GST was applied कि we will reduce the double taxation की tax on tax, cascading effect को we will remove. So now when cascading effect is removed, तो obviously profit will increase. तुम्हारा tax बच रहा है तो profit increase हो रहा है कि नहीं? Say yes or no. Taxes are reduced, तो burden on consumer क्या हो गया? कम हो गया. तो when burden on consumer is reducing, you are increasing your profit. अरे we do not want it to you should increase your profit. Profit उतना ही रखो. वो cascading effect का जो removal हुआ है, उसका benefit consumer को दो ना. That means prices reduce करो. Are you getting? Inflation reduce करना was the main motto of GST. So when we are removing cascading effect, tax on tax remove हो रहा है, तो that benefit should go to consumers. Remove that. But अगर if people are not doing that and वो profit earn कर रहे हैं, तो there is a concept of anti-profiteering कि वहाँ पे इन लोगों को पकड़ के फिर क्या करते हैं? They apply GST की provision, they apply recovery, offense, penalty, वो ही anti-profiteering. So just that concept का reading. In short, if any theory is coming, you should be knowing कि okay, I have to write anti-profiteering committee. Chances 5%. Okay. Now, और कौन सा चैप्टर बच गया है? इंस्पेक्शन डन,
रिटर्न एंड रिफंड. रिटर्न एंड रिफंड.
रिफंड तो आई टोल्ड ना. रिफंड का ओनली वो प्रैक्टिकल क्वेश्चन एंड रिटर्न आल्सो जस्ट फॉर रीडिंग. इन दैट यू हैव टू जस्ट रिमेंबर एक टर्नओवर विल बी कमिंग. इतना टर्नओवर तो यू हैव टू फाइल दिस रिटर्न एंड ड्यू डेट्स समवेयर वी हैव टू रिमेंबर. So return also for reading because nowhere they have asked anything. Return के concept में कुछ नहीं पूछ सकते. क्यों नहीं पूछ सकते? क्योंकि वो थोड़ा ना पूछेगी when this return to be filed, what is auto populated, उसका कुछ काम नहीं. So that is also for reading. But जहाँ पे उसके लिए important है, there is one question where they have linked the return का concept with ITC that we will find in bunk. एक ही question है, ITC से उसको relate करते हैं. Okay? Have I skipped any chapter? Please remind me. कोई एक भी chapter गया है क्या अभी?
मैम बेसिक वाला.
बेसिक वाला only mind map. मेरा mind map और कुछ नहीं. उसमें भी article number. That is it. What is the article number किस चीज के लिए?
Ma'am, assessment and audit.
Assessment and audit again for reading, learning, proper learning कि पता हो कि provisional assessment का concept क्या है. ठीक है? तो
Tax invoice credit.
refund लिखा था ना, the place where you return refund वाला उसी में लिखो assessment and audit and bracket में important is provisional assessment and non-filers of return. Provisional assessment and non-filers of return. So this will be the entire way to revise GST. Again, then coming to custom. Custom में what is the most important chapter? Valuation.
Valuation.
Always asked, always. So point number 1 with respect to valuation. Custom, first valuation. Second, types of duty. Second is types of duty. Third is duty drawback. Third is duty drawback. Interest calculation you might find with respect to duty drawback in your question paper. Third is duty drawback. Fourth, as newly introduced again warehouse. फिर से आ गया. So warehouse का provision and last में refund provision with custom is also given. They ask question from them. refund provision with respect to custom. Last class में एक छोटा सा chapter है refund related. Custom के I will provide you my mind map, but little bit you have to check with amendments कि कहीं कोई बहुत major amendment तो नहीं है. Warehouse not there. Apart from that, every concept has been written from study material. So if useful, you can refer that. Okay. Then what is left? Your baggage. Last is baggage. Might ask, might not ask. And import-export procedure. Ekdam last. Import-export procedure. So if you really want to score exemption.
Warehousing, ma'am? Warehousing?
Said na, 4th number पे I guess it was warehousing only.
No, it was exemptions, right?
It's after warehousing and before import export.
Yeah, tell me, ma'am.
Somewhere serial number I don't know. Warehouse I have told you. He recently reintroduced warehouse. Okay?
Okay, I know Miss. Okay.
So and
fourth point custom में fourth
fourth में I have said warehouse.
warehouse
Ekdam last your import export procedure. They do not ask question on that generally, but फिर भी. And FTP. FTP में it's only relevant schemes. It is not entire FTP. You should remember क्योंकि 5 marks के लिए entire FTP पे time देना kind of not good. So FTP पे only relevant provisions, relevant scheme, and where you can find the relevant scheme. I guess if there, see, I'm not aware about FTP के major amendments right now. So if there is no amendment in such a case, move to Mahesh Gaur sir ka 1.5 hour ka video, and there he has shared the PDF of the notes also. Refer only that.
He's a Hindi faculty, right, ma'am?
Yeah.
He's a Hindi, right?
It is a notes you can at least refer because that notes are more than sufficient. Only scheme you have to do. Do not go in.
What's the faculty name?
Huh?
Faculty name?
Mahesh Gaur.
Gaur.
You can find it in Unacademy.
Mahesh Gaur, sir. FTP ka he has given, I guess, 1.5 hour ka it is the video. So even if you don't understand the video, that is okay. But at least you will find that PDF is very important. Understood? Okay, so it is about FTP. Now FTP ke marks 5 marks. May come. Even in July 21, you will find only MCQ. 8 number ka MCQ about FTP. So 5 marks you can skip. But about this 95 marks, you have to be very sure. If you want to score exemption, you should do valuation, you should do types of duty. That is very important. अच्छे से करो interest calculation अच्छे से करो where you have to do interest calculation, where it should start, where it should not start, do that very precisely. If you are okay with that, खत्म. वहीं अगर तुम्हारा custom में you are able to sketch even 20 marks, 25 का entire FTP मिला के अगर 20 out of 5 saying only 12 भी आ जाए ना 15 भी आ जाए. MCQ is 10 marks का very easy. And you are good with question number 1 तो already impressive. तुम्हारी copy already impressive है. Do use your keywords. Do not write vague languages. And when it comes to कि question में ये पूछा है something tricky has been asked in the question, they are confused with that question. So only direct provision with relation to that you have to write. Do not write entire book. Time नहीं है इतना. If they are asked about some particular point, तो particular point के respect में what is the provision, first write that provision. So do not keep writing everything. पूरी story लिखने मत बैठना. So short and sweet, but इतना short भी मत कर देना कि वो सोचे कि लिखा ही क्या है. At least relevant facts and figures you should write and understand one thing. I have also done this. मैंने इतना लंबा कभी नहीं लिखा है. Only relevant facts I have written. And my speed, because of lack of practice, to be very frank, I was able to attain 80. but I scored 58 in IDT. So it is really very easy. Even if 20 gaya, but whatever you do, वो अगर precisely तुमने किया है, तो obviously you will get that marks. Understood? So this was all the ज्ञान with respect to how you will do your after classes का इतना एकदम strong practice. ठीक है? चलो. So can I start now with the questions? Or first you need break? क्या फिर एक आध question के बाद we need break?
We'll take 5 minutes or 10 minutes break, ma'am.
So what I suggest now, do first question. एक question कर लो, then I will give the break. है ना? Now directly come to let me check the question. Question number 46, July 21 का 14 marks का question. Pointer. Now identify. First of all, sir, question को पढ़ो and try to identify the types of chapter they are asking, types of concept they are asking. So first 5 to 7 minutes, just read that question properly. What they are trying to you to answer.
Which question again?
Last question 46, May 22.
Ma'am, it is from Bangar or question paper.
In Bangar से. Question number 46. July 21 question. .76 patient.
जना मिल गया? Last में एकदम 46 question. I'm giving 10 minutes for you, all of you, to try that question. आ रहा है समझ में एटलीस्ट क्वेश्चन? 4 minutes left. Try to at least understand the question within this time. Now stop for a while. Tell me how much it was possible for you to understand within 10 minutes the question only.
I have reached to point number 4 only.
We're on point number 4 right now. Himadri,
Yes, studied ma'am question.
and have you understood ki what are the topics being asked in that question? Is it only ITC?
No.
Then
Supply also included, RCM also included.
RCM.
And discount that what is that valuation? Valuation also is the value of supply. And this point I am not getting this van wala. It's a personal nature.
Margin scheme.
Sale of
Yes.
van. Sale of van is a it's a personal, so I think GST is not applicable, right?
Right now, I don't know. I don't know right now ki whether applicable, not applicable. So within 10 minutes, it's only understanding of the question, right?
Yeah, understand.
You understood. What about Ashwini, Abhishek, Amit? Quickly,
Understood, ma'am.
within 10 minutes. Abhishek,
क्वेश्चन कर लिया लेकिन सॉल्व कहाँ से स्टार्ट करूँ पता नहीं चलता.
अरे वो तो छोड़ो, क्वेश्चन समझ में आया कि नहीं अभी क्वेश्चन?
yes.
हमें
Stuck in one point, madam.
stuck with the point. You are stuck with the point. Therefore, you have not moved to the question का completion. Reading not done. Okay. Uday.
Not done completely.
Nikki quickly. Shivek quickly.
Completed already.
Reading completed. Understood properly.
नहीं मैम कुछ पॉइंट समझ नहीं आया.
Shivek,
No, I was doing it. Read.
you have already done this.
No. Like I was able to read it and I reached point number 4.
So
But
within
I
10
don't know how
minutes,
can I
you
go
understood the question.
करके पता चलेगा कितना अच्छी समझ में आया.
Now understand one thing. Question number 1. 10 minutes only for understanding the question. So it is only 10 minutes that you are understanding the question, and 10 minutes में obviously when you would be solving again you would read that. It's not proper understanding. अभी जब तुम उसको solve करने लगोगे again you will go to the question and properly read that. Can I take another at least minimum कर लेते 5 minutes, minimum 5 minutes at the time of exam. So only my question number 15 is question number 1 is taking 15 minutes. So is it 3 hours for you? Abhi to nahi. Is it 3 hours we are having? No. Can I subtract 15 minutes? Gaya. Only dedicated to my question number 1. Am I trying to make you afraid? Nahi. The thing is, you have to be quick in reading also. When you are listening revision video, where is your reading skills? Where is your reading skills? Now in the class, I am telling you many things. You are listening. Or listening skills will not good. If I am saying 90% thing, you are listening 70% thing, you are retaining 50% thing, and after 2-3 days, it would be 30%. So that is the fact. So first of all, why I want ki reading should be there from your point of view, ki reading karke you should understand jaldi. So first of all, 15 minutes to gaya. Now I'm solve karenge to solve karne mein at least 10 minutes. At least 10 minutes you will take. So 15 minutes for reading I have taken, and minimum, bare minimum 10 minutes I have taken for solution of question number 1 only. So it is 15 plus 20. Can you just imagine if my half an hour, at least my half an hour is dedicated to my question number 1. Chalo, wo to gaya. Then what about my MCQ? MCQ mein at least 20 minutes so you will be reading entire MCQs 10 minutes minimum. And when it is case study itself you take 10 minutes. 2 case study, question 1 and question 2 MCQ ka case study, at least 10 minutes only for that case study you will be taking, and that is for sure. So matlab 10 minutes for reading only the case study, 10 minutes for other MCQs, 20 minutes, and then usko karne ka time. Can I take 25 minutes? But you don't take 25 minutes sochne karne mein for thinking the provision. At least you take 40 minutes only for the purpose of your MCQ, or minimum 30 minutes you will be taking. So kahan gaya 1 hour only with MCQ and question number 1? Gaya? Ma'am, what about other question ka reading? Other question ki reading में at least 20 minutes overall मिला के, overall 20 minutes तो लोगे सारे questions की reading के लिए. So 20 minutes वहां भी गए, and you are stuck in a point like Amit did. जो चीज समझ नहीं आई थी, he didn't move next level पे, next point पे he didn't gone. Wasting time at that place where you know कि unable to crack. So during exam do not do this. वो अगर question तुम्हें आ भी गया, वो point you will even solve, तो वो तो dicey है ना already. So at least move to that point कि वो understood है, तो उतना तो करो, step wise marking you will get. Are you getting? So are you getting? 1 hour तो गया, 20 minutes only for reading the other questions. तो बचा कितना time? And 10 minutes only for thinking. सोचोगे, करोगे, लिखोगे, काटोगे, presentation ये वो, तो 30 minutes उधर भी चला गया. So how much time you are having? Only 1 hour and 30 minutes to write the entire paper, except your MCQ, except your question number 1. Is it only 1 hour 30 minutes you are actually having? Have you even analyzed this thing? सो दिस इज द रीजन तुम्हारा कभी भी पेपर खत्म नहीं हो सकता. क्यों? क्योंकि उसके लिए इतनी ज्यादा प्रैक्टिस नीडेड है कि कैसे भी जल्दी जल्दी कर ले. We will understand everything, we will read everything, and how can I save my at least 10 minutes? That reading time that is given to you. Keep only 2 questions. कि 2 question इतने अच्छे से I will be reading कि वो फिर से जैसे it is 2 o'clock, I do not need to read that again. जैसे it's 2 o'clock, I will keep on writing. So that 10 minutes you are saving where? In their 3 hours का session. Are you getting the importance of time management when it comes to 2 to 5 o'clock? समझ में आ रहा है? See, अभी देखो 10 मिनट तो तुमने क्वेश्चन पढ़ने में लगा दिया. अभी हम उसको समझने में आधा घंटा लगाएंगे. So is it possible for you कि सारे क्वेश्चन में ITC के करवा सकते हो? Obviously it's not possible. What I want, take 5 का क्लॉक डेली, सिर्फ 5 का क्लस्टर में. Start from illustration number 46. 46, 45, 43, 44. These are big ones. बड़े बड़े questions हैं. तो वो एक दिन में 5 भी नहीं होंगे. It will not be even 5. Now I have given you the target 46, 45, 44. You do yourself. कर लो. तुम्हें question समझ में आएगा. Then tell me Telegram पे मैम this question 44 unable to understand at all. Saturday को entire 44 I will explain. Because that is the way I can save the time. वही तरीका है मेरे पास time save करने का. Because अभी अगर मैं solve कराऊंगी 46 I will do right now. But are you getting? It will take my 45 minutes for one question. But at least जब तुमको पता होगा कि what is the concept being asked, थोड़ा बहुत पता है, थोड़ा नहीं पता है, तो that will be easy for you to do. Are you getting? And if you are okay with that, otherwise tell me, I will spend time here only. जैसा तुमको लगे. Don't think like this कि मैं rush करना चाह रही हूँ, because I want कि मुझे पता है कि ITC के question are clusters, and that is the reason 10 minutes तो सिर्फ question समझने में लगेगा. So what you want? Should I keep Saturday का sessions for ITC के question, and that too कि मैम ये solve करके देख ले, इसमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं, no issues in that. Tell me only the questions you want कि मैम ये explanation needed है. So only that question हम पूरा board पे बता के I will solve. Are you okay? Abhishek, your request कि मैम questions बड़े solve कराओ. It would be possible like that.
मैम okay.
तो तुम्हारा Saturday को this Saturday. Today you will solve 46, 45, 44. Only 3. And authority of advanced ruling का revision. छोटा सा part I have given. When ITC is going on, I will give very छोटा target, a small topic. So today 46, 45 and 44 you have to do. ठीक है? And if you find मैम ये वाला question तो आपको करवाना ही पड़ेगा, तो Saturday को 46 और 44 even 3 है, तो तीनों के तीनों I will do. ठीक है? चलेगा? तो this is your ITC का segment. Rest Saturday, Sunday we will connect. Sunday को chapters we will complete and Saturday को ये question के discussion we will do. ठीक है?
एक और क्या बोला आपने? एडवांस रूलिंग.
Authority of advanced ruling का revision, module number 3. It will take 20 minutes for this. So write down the task. Today 46, 45, 44. Done? और मुझे नोट करवा देना टेलीग्राम पे पहले कि मैम दिस क्वेश्चन नीड्स कंप्लीट डिस्कशन, सो दैट उस वक्त मुझे पढ़ाना फिर से क्वेश्चन वो सब में टाइम वेस्ट नहीं. ठीक है? गुड विद दैट एवरीवन. सो दिस इज फाइनली यू आर फ्री फ्रॉम योर बैचेस. मॉर्निंग का स्केड्यूल यू कैन यूटिलाइज फॉर स्लीपिंग ऑल्सो. नो वन विल बी देयर टू स्कॉल्ड यू. उठ जाओ, लाइव बैच अटेंड कर लो. ठीक है? So can I have an experience? How was your experience with the live batches? Is it okay or need some improvement? Shivek has given a suggestion in the form, so I have incorporated that little bit. Dhire dhire, as it is my initial phase also, Shivek has given lighting and etc. ka suggestion. So slowly I'm going with that. Okay. So can I start with you? What was the experience about the batch? Was it okay or it was satisfied कि पैसा वसूल कि नहीं मैम? फंस गए.
मैम फुल पैसा वसूल हो गया, बहुत अच्छा था। मतलब हम ये जो हम लोग रिकॉर्डेड क्लासेस मतलब सुनते हैं, ये लाइव क्लासेस है, दोनों में बहुत डिफरेंस है मैम। एटलीस्ट बहुत बहुत इंटरेक्शन हो रहा है। गूगल ड्राइव में क्लासेस में ऐसे लगता है कोई सा सीरियल या मूवी चल रहा है कि हम लोग ठीक है नोट डाउन तो करते हैं, लेकिन इतना इंटरेक्शन नहीं रहता है।
ओके एंड
जैसे हमें लग रहा था कि जैसे कोविड के मतलब पहले जैसे हम लोग इंटरमीडिएट किए थे आईपीसीसी, उस टाइम जैसे क्लास में फील हो रहा था, क्लास में सारे बच्चे सेम वैसे ही फीलिंग हमें अभी आ रहा है कि सब है, सबके साथ में है, जो आंसर दे रहे हैं, डांट सुन रहे हैं, वही फीलिंग आ रहा है अभी।
डांटने का आई होप तुमने बुरा नहीं मानोगे, क्योंकि मैं इतना भी नहीं डांटती। मेरे को लगता है मैं बहुत डांटती हूँ, पर मैं उतना ही नहीं डांटती।
नहीं मैम बिल्कुल भी नहीं।
And how was the concept? GST का linkage was okay, beneficial था? Before the classes you were doing like this only?
नहीं, बिफोर द क्लासेस हम लोग क्या करते थे, एक चैप्टर कंप्लीट करके उसका क्वेश्चंस करके जाते थे ना। पहले उसका कंप्लीट करते थे, लेकिन अभी जो लिंकेज हो रहा है ना उससे बहुत क्लियर मतलब कॉन्सेप्ट बहुत क्लियर हो रहा है और बार-बार रिवीजन भी हो रहा है उसकी वजह से।
And what would you say about mentoring कि डेली टास्क एटलीस्ट लिंक नहीं मिलेगी कदम की?
नहीं मैम अगर जो भी है मतलब थोड़ा भी अभी फील हो रहा है कि मतलब आईडीटी का पेपर मतलब कैसा भी आएगा तो संभाल लेंगे, ओनली बिकॉज ऑफ योर मेंटरिंग मैम। इतना कॉन्फिडेंस
की लिंक रोक देना, डीटी की लिंक रोक देना, अभी डीटी है।
ये तो, मतलब ये है मैम, कॉन्फिडेंस तो इतना है अगर पेपर कैसे भी आएगा, दैट इज बोथ डीटी एंड आईडीटी, पेपर संभल जाएगा एंड दैट इज ओनली बिकॉज ऑफ योर मेंटरिंग मैम। अगर आप भी पढ़ा के जैसे दूसरे फैकल्टी करते आप ही पढ़ा के निकल जाते थे तो हमारा हालत भी सेम वैसे ही हो जाता, पहले जैसा हुआ था सेम वैसे ही होता था।
अच्छा, have you find that eye opening sessions की लिखने का importance, time management का importance, was it and timer कि 10 minutes का timer लगा है, solve it in that, was it giving you exam का pressure?
हाँ मैम, हाँ ये टाइम मैनेजमेंट का, और एक जो आप ये बताती है ना पहले आप अपना खुद से लिख लीजिए उसके बाद चेक करिए आपने क्या क्या पॉइंट्स मिस किए हैं, वो भी बहुत अच्छा है क्योंकि जो हमें आता दो बार आएगा ही, और वो मैं हम मतलब मैं हाईलाइट कर लेती हूँ, नहीं तो वहाँ पे पॉइंट्स नोट डाउन कर लेती हूँ क्या क्या मिस हो गया, वही बार रिवीजन करने का ये मेंटरिंग तो बहुत अच्छा लगा मैम मुझको।
Thank you so much. Now Shivek, what you will say apart from now you missed that doubt?
I think live session is, it incorporates discipline. मैं 6 बजे कभी ना उठता, so
You can openly say because पता है क्या, जब someone do such a hard work, because comparing to the fees on already you would know कि I tried a lot, not because it is my initial phase. Even if I am 10 years old faculty or 20 years, still I will do this thing because that pass wala thing is very important, not only for you but the person who is indulged, like your parents, everyone. So I'm trying to that PASS. I don't think about ranks because even a ranker is a CA, normal person is a CA. But that designation, that degree plays a vital role in many people's life because I know कि कितने लोगों का क्या पीछे चल रहा है and they're still struggling with that. I want that CA, 2 prefix. ये prefix जो चाहिए ना, I want that 2 words. So I am trying. Might be I can guarantee you will pass. Why? Because I don't know in that 3 years what you will be doing. I have told you कि how to write. I have done everything. What was possible to my extent. Still guarantee I cannot provide for result because that would be a complete marketing. If I am giving you guarantee 100% you will clear, no, sorry, that is a marketing. Might be after this result, again you have to back up and again try again. But try इसी strategy से करना. Yes, Shivek. You were saying something.
I was saying with the discipline, live class में the discipline आता है, that's another thing. Time management. अब मैं हर task other even in my job schedule, I also incorporate time. Okay, I'll do this in 15 minutes. I'll do that in 20 minutes. That was something really nice that I learned from you.
That is very good to listen. Ki even in your job life, you have incorporated. That is actually time management. Himadri, the most scolded person in my class during the last days.
Yeah, happy with your classes, ma'am. Single word, and love the way you teaching.
And what about the studying?
Huh?
What about my scolding? I scold you a lot.
Yeah, it's very nice, ma'am.
And what about that? Bye, ma'am. I literally love these days. Bye. Yes. Abhishek, yes, ma'am. बताओ
Ma'am,
कैसी रही क्लास?
अच्छी रही मैम। ये रिकॉर्डेड में क्या होता है ना कि हम लोग सो जाते हैं, क्लास चल रहा है हम लोग सो जाते हैं, ये इसमें पॉसिबल नहीं हो पाया मैम।
सोना नहीं दे रही मैम। बताओ
Yes, ma'am.
जैसे ही सोने जाते हो करते हैं। अभिषेक, दिस इज द
Yes, ma'am.
कॉन्सेप्ट।
यस मैम। और दूसरी बात क्या है ना कि मैं 100% बिजनेस में इन्वॉल्व हूँ, और क्या है ना कि एग्जाम के समय ही अपने फ्रेंड लोग से मिलता हूँ, बाकी सीए फील्ड से अलग हो जाता हूँ, तो वो एक पॉजिटिव चीज मिलता है।
अभिषेक, तुम्हें लिख के प्रैक्टिस करने की बहुत जरूरत है। तुम्हारा कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर होते हैं, बट जहां तुम लिखने पे जाते हो ना, प्रेजेंटेशन बहुत वीक है। तो थोड़ा सा उस पर वर्क कर लोगे ना, तो कॉन्सेप्ट तो ऑलरेडी तुम्हारे अच्छे हैं।
ओके।
तो तुम्हारे लिखने में दिखता है ना, तो दैट इज द थिंग कि उस दिन तुम क्लियर हो जाओगे।
यस मैम, मेरा नंबरिकल पेपर में ना, जैसे आईपीसीसी में भी सारा पेपर एग्जाम कर गए, और ग्रुप 1 के साथ भी वही चीज है, ग्रुप 2 के साथ भी वही चीज है, लेकिन
अभी
वो
एक एक
theoretical
पे
में
जाओ। आई वुड सजेस्ट कि बोथ ग्रुप पे नहीं जाओ। मेरा सजेशन ये है, क्योंकि अगर बिजनेस में भी इन्वॉल्व हो तो बोथ ग्रुप मैनेज करना थोड़ा सा डिफिकल्ट हो जाएगा। एक को क्लियर कर लो, फिर दूसरे पे करना, बाकी जैसा तुमने। हाँ अमित, अमिताभ बच्चन ऑफ द क्लास, ऑलवेज सीरियस। Yeah.
For the first time, I am attended 100% of the class without missing any single class.
Yeah, you can.
And as far as time management is concerned, after seeing my answer paper in GST, that time onwards I am starting writing practice. I found a lot of difference between earlier what I have did and the present case. Even a single page I have read, I am writing the same in pointers. It boosts my confidence, and whenever you ask the question, somewhat I can remember whatever some point I can remember. And without reading once, if I open any question paper in DT and IDT, something I can remember, something I can answer. That is
little bit recalling is there. ये सब कुछ blank नहीं। And what about the question paper analysis? Has it helped you as well as DT and IDT कि this is the positioning of the question? यहाँ पे question 2 इस topic का हो सकता है, ये हो सकता है। Has it helped you?
Yes.
अश्विनी।
मैम मुझे क्लास बहुत अच्छी लगी, स्पेशली वो सरप्राइज वाइवा, उससे कॉन्फिडेंस बहुत ज्यादा बूस्ट होता है कि हम खुद तो याद कर पा रहे, इवन दो कि हम रीड नहीं कर रहे, फिर भी अगर हमें कुछ आता है तो उससे कॉन्फिडेंस बहुत ज्यादा बूस्ट होता है, एंड रिकॉलिंग इम्प्रूवमेंट हो रहा है मेरा।
वेरी गुड, आई एम हैप्पी विद दैट। यस उदय, लास्ट विद द जैना।
Ma'am, my only regret is I joined in the middle.
DT you have joined from
because this
beginning,
live
huh?
classes. Yeah. But this live classes has helped me a lot, ma'am. Benefited a lot. First thing is I've started waking up early, and without alarm also I'm waking up. Even like today also I woke up around 5:45 without alarm. So and the tasks are very nice, ma'am. Like only because of that I remember so much. Even though I'm not able to do complete practice and also not completing 100% of the tasks, but I can remember, ma'am, many things.
So at least can I say this, after the end of the batch, it is not just completion of batch, but at least 50% only retention is there. So पैसा वसूल बोल सकते हैं।
Yes, ma'am.
And मुंह पे मत बोलना कुछ भी, जो है बिल्कुल स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड, सो आई कैन इम्प्रूव आल्सो। यस
हम बोलूं, आप मेरा नाम ही नहीं ले रहे।
जैना, लास्ट में I know you will say a lot, I know you.
No, हाँ मतलब है तो बहुत सारा है, बट जितना याद आएगा। So मैंने ना अब तक कोई भी फाइनल की क्लास कंप्लीट नहीं करी थी बिकॉज मतलब लाइक कोई भी स्टार्ट करते हैं और फिर वो कंप्लीट नहीं होती है बिकॉज ऑफ ऑफिस एंड ऑल दैट, या फिर मन ही नहीं करता था पढ़ने का ऑन सीरियस नोट। फिर उसके बाद आई स्टार्टेड विद दिस, मतलब लाइक कि चलो फाइनली पढ़ते हैं। इवन लॉ आई डिड लाइव इन मे सो दैट आई एम एबल टू सिट इन द क्लास। तो वो एक पहला सब्जेक्ट था जो पूरा 100% किया। एंड ऑडिट ऑल्सो आई डिड लाइव 1-2 साल पहले एकदम स्टार्ट में बिकॉज ऑफ ऑफिस एंड ऑल। तो वहां पर दैट वाज आल्सो लाइव, माय इंटर वाज आल्सो लाइव, सो आई नेवर रिकॉग्नाइज कि मेरे को सिर्फ लाइव समझ आता है, मेरे को रिकॉर्डेड समझ ही नहीं आता। देन व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड दिस, फाइनली मेरी फाइनल की पढ़ाई शुरू हुई है कि अब पढ़ना शुरू करना है, मतलब लाइक एंड व्हाटएवर यू टोल्ड फॉर दिस आई अप्लाइड इन SCMP, आई अप्लाइड इन which what is completed law, I applied in this DT, already doing an IDT. So all this like मेरे को फाइनली समझ आ रहा है कि अच्छा मुझे ऐसे मुझे समझ में आता है, लाइक अभी तक यही नहीं पता था कि समझ में कैसे आएगा, पढ़ना कैसे आएगा। एंड फिर ये लिखना एंड बिना देखे लिखना एंड देन दिस रिवीजन चार्ट सारे, एंड आई हैव टेकन प्रिंट्स ऑफ ऑल दैट। तो IDT तो ऐसे रिवाइज होता है जैसे दैट यू टोल्ड ना कि 15 मिनट में हो जाता है, उससे कम में भी लाइक आई एम वेटिंग फॉर द लंच कि मम्मी बोल रही है लंच पर आ जाओ, थोड़ा बहुत टाइम है 5-10 मिनट, आई पिक एनी ऑफ द पेज आई केप्ट इन लाइक सामने टेबल पर IDT के सारे। तो anyone I pick like TDS, TCS, anything I pick anytime and then I revise and just go like बहुत ही ज्यादा कम टाइम लगता है। रिवीजन का एक मतलब एक ट्रिक समझ में आ गया कि ऐसे रिवाइज इजीली हो जाएगा फर्स्ट। एंड देन क्वेश्चन पेपर उठाकर लाइक सेम विद हर सब्जेक्ट के सारे क्वेश्चन पेपर जितने 4-5 अटेम्प्ट के प्रिंट करें, तो जस्ट ओपन एंड ये समझ में आता है कि हाँ ठीक है, आई हैव ऑलरेडी रिटन वहाँ पर कि चैरिटेबल ट्रस्ट ये वाला होगा। देन IDT में भी सेम, यहाँ पर मुझे कस्टम्स के क्वेश्चंस मिलेंगे। आई डिडंट न्यू कि मतलब अगर 10th का बी पार्ट, फर्स्ट सेकंड का बी पार्ट ये है तो सारे बी पार्ट्स वैसे होने वाले हैं। तो वो एक बहुत इजी हो गया कि जैसे आपको क्वेश्चन पेपर मिला कि आपको कैसे अप्रोच करना है। अर्लियर दिस वाज द ओनली इशू, खत्म कैसे करेंगे, स्टार्ट कहाँ से करें, प्रोसेस क्या। एंड इवन आज मैं बोलने ही वाली थी कि आप GST का प्रोसेस बता दो एंड यू स्टार्टेड विद दैट cluster 1 cluster 2, मैं कहा चलो बिना बोले ही हो गया वो तो।
So basically, when you know na, your mind know कि कब कहाँ क्या मिलने वाला है, there is no uncertainty. Definitely that 10 minutes. Why I'm saying 10 minutes again and again for reading? Obviously, I told roll number लिखोगे 2 minutes तो gone. Then paper आते आते 1-8 minute gone. So hardly you will have 11 minutes or 12 minutes for reading in that. And फिर उसमें भी इधर उधर सर्च करने में तो exact 10 minutes you will utilize. When your brain know कि कौन सी चीज कहाँ लिखी है. And this comes actually from my analysis. No one has taught me कि ये ऐसा है, because I know what is the reason of number of attempts. I have actually thought about this. Even for mentoring purpose, I have taken various things कि मुझे समझना है कि where others are also lacking, because I know कि each attempt cost a lot. So in such a case, when you know point number 1, read. First time reading should be very proper. Second time, highlight that thing. Third time, learn the highlighted part. Fourth time, revise and revise should not be a rereading. Book closed and just do the recalling. Recalling first 4 times, 2, 3, 4 times. It was section number 74. It was fraud wala, just like fraud 74. I'm not saying कि पूरा sentence लिखो. It should be like that. Once you are done like this ना, चीजें यहाँ stuck हो जाएंगी. And with GST, linkage. Every time you know the linkage, now you will find question number 1 easy, because it is all about linkage. हर चीज linkage थी यहाँ पे. Okay. So your comments really value a lot, and thank you Shivik for giving me that thing also. So it was कि this time I had to start my recorded also. Slowly I'm moving with that, because अभी धीरे-धीरे through organic marketing only. Because I am not in too much of marketing due to many reasons, because I'm stuck in many work together. But at least I think it would take maybe 7 years, 5 years, I don't know how much. But somewhere students will realize that do not rely only on revision lecture, because they are the reason for number of attempts. You have to do hard work. Smart work plays role, but hard work should be done in a smarter way. Okay. So thank you everyone. Now we will connect on Saturday for question discussion, and Sunday we will complete 2 chapters. Okay.
Ma'am, where you used to stay, ma'am?
Yeah.
You are from which place?
Basically, I am from Indore. My birth was in Indore, but right now we are in Pune.
Pune.
Yeah.
Okay. If I clear in November, I will come with a gift, ma'am.
अरे definitely don't come with anything. You should come. Last attempt में Palak has cleared. She has also sent me many things, but I want कि you should come and visit to my place.
No,
and
I'll come with gift, ma'am, without doubt.
okay. चलो. So that is actually very good pleasure. क्या बोलते हैं? गुरु दक्षिणा.
I already had a like phobia of tax, like both the subjects. So I started कि मैं tax से ही class शुरू करूँगी. Like when I saw yours, कि मैं tax से ही start final की पढ़ाई करना शुरू करती हूँ. And it is like now he said ना when he's clear he'll come. Mine is like I'll come after giving exam. कि आप बस एक बार मिल लो मुझसे, because it's that phobia is there. Because I have done industrial training also in direct tax, और मुझे हर रोज डर लगता था कि आज तो नहीं बनने वाला. मतलब like I used to sit again with website खोल के कि चलो ये section पढ़ लेते हैं, ये पढ़ लेते हैं, and I have given all the time in understanding. फिर मेरे को अभी जब DT क्लास में होता है तो मेरे को लगता है ओ ये तो वही था.
Just one thing, do not go result oriented. I'm saying ना, बस तुम्हारा focus करना चाहिए that exam मुझे वो बहुत proper करना है. Exam में I have to do even if I don't know single answer also, but खेल के तो आना है. I have to perform, and I have to perform at the most best level that I could do. And result is not in your hand. So just focus कि I have to prepare well and I have to perform good at the day of exam. बस ये करना. Be preparation oriented, performance oriented. Don't be result oriented. Because I can't guarantee anyone ki this attempt, even next attempt. But we will not give up. We want that prefix only. Okay. So don't go result oriented. That gives you pressure. कि करना ही पड़ेगा. ठीक है? चलो. So it was a very good experience with all of you, and I will really miss my morning batches when I was in a mood कि चलो उठ के डांटना भी है, but ठीक है.
Yes, going to miss you, ma'am.
Okay, and I hope you will get in dreams my voice. कि उठो और concentrate करो. ठीक है? Okay.
Hello.
Bye.
Bye.